I have not made a final decision about various actions that might be taken to help enforce that norm.
Of course, the president today talking about Syria, saying he's not made any final decisions about ordering military strikes in response to Syrian government's suspected use of chemical weapons. During the meeting at the White House with 3 Baltic leaders, Mr. Obama called the chemical attack a challenge to the world and a threat to U.S. national security.
Also today, Secretary of State John Kerry, yet again in strong terms, accused Bashar al-Assad's regime today of attacking innocent civilians. Kerry said the attack killed more than 1,400 people, including 400 children. And he said Assad's government should be punished for what it did to its own people, describing it as a crime against humanity.
So the primary question is really no longer, what do we know? The question is, what are we collectively, what are we in the world going to do about it?
We found out today how the terror in Syria reaches around the world and right into the lives of families here in West Michigan. 24 News 8's Henry Erb is here with the story of one man who fears for the people and his family back home. Henry?
Yeah, you won't hear his name in our story. You won't see his face either. We even altered his voice because he fears retaliation against his family in his native Syria for what he says here. We talked to him outside the Middle Eastern market on East Paris. He's lived here for 25 years, but still worries about his family back home. Some of them have suffered seeking freedom.
Cousins, yes. He's been arrested and killed.
He says his surviving family members wake to the sound of bombs and go for days without electricity and water and live in fear of death.
Official number is 150,000 people, but some statistics go to 500,000 casualties. And there's no end in sight.
He says the United States should help by arming the people fighting the regime and let other countries provide weapons too.
We don't want American troops on the ground.
What about airstrikes?
Yes, airstrikes to stop the Assad machine, the Assad killing machine. Yes.
He says if the United States does not get involved, the outcome will be sad and disappointing.
The whole world is watching.
Has the United States acted too slowly?
Very slowly, extremely slowly. Actually, very disappointing.
He says he believes it's the responsibility of his adopted country to help people in Syria who are fighting for freedom.
All right, Henry, thank you. We will continue to track the situation in Syria. You can get the latest tonight on NBC Nightly News. That's right after 24 News 8 at 6.